Shabane. Oh. Shabane.
Or is it
Shabane?
I like that one better.
All right.
Maybe we'll keep that. Oh, you're already recording.
Yeah.
All right, that works.
Ho, ho, ho.
What the fuck you just call me? Fuck you. Oh, man. I know, it's Christmas already.
Yeah. I can't believe it.
I know.
It's about to go to 2020.
I know. That's
Our
insane.
tags reset.
Hey, thanks for the Christmas gift from you and your wife.
No
that
problem.
was awesome. I noticed she got a 2XL long, though.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Did she really?
Yeah, I think so, because it was long.
Well, it sure as hell wasn't for me. It was a Pittsburgh sweatshirt.
Fuck yeah. There's only one team. Oh, well, you know, I always like the Philadelphia Eagles. You know that?
No, I'm actually into the Colts.
Oh, the Colts. Wait, Colts or Colts?
Oh. I'm not really sure. Crap.
You know what? It's funny because there's one thing I forgot to ask our next guest was about Michael Vick.
Oh.
When Vick was on the team, but I don't know if they played together or not. That's crazy. Because remember, he had a short little spell. And even, you know what? I need to get my Michael Vick jersey from Pittsburgh, too. Because I got him from Falcons, Philadelphia, and, not, you know, missing the Pittsburgh
It'll
one.
probably be worth something someday.
I don't want to say anything bad. Positive. We got to stay positive. No, what I do need to get is my number 58 jersey from Philadelphia Eagles, man. You know?
Yeah.
Because old boy went to Cincinnati U, and he played from there. So it's exciting, man. I mean, we've been saving this for a back pocket.
Now he's an East Coaster.
East Coaster?
Yeah.
Or East Coaster?
East Coaster.
It's better than being a beer coaster.
Yeah. Or a Middle Easterner.
Well, Middle Easterners are cool. They're laying it down. Actually, he was a Middle Easterner.
Or, yeah.
Grew up in Ohio.
But he was converted properly.
Yeah, well, things got to change and people evolve.
That's right.
Like Tattooed in the Wild. I mean, their studio, you see that post they put up?
Yeah.
Another giveaway. It's like giveaway month.
Oh, yeah. It's Christmas, man. And they're giving away 30 giveaways in 30 days.
I know. I bet you a few of them are going to be some ink.
Ooh.
Because
I'm hoping so.
We're going to go down to VA so I can finish my story down there.
I might just get a tattoo down there.
While we're down there, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get my ECB tattoo as well.
I might have to up it with like the actual, the banner ECB tattoo.
Oh, the bow with the riser?
Whoa. I think so.
You are East Coast Trev, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess so. I might have to do
East
it.
Coast riser.
Yeah. All right. Game on.
I still love that original logo.
I know, dude.
A lot going on, but it's dope.
It was cool. I think the story behind it really is what gets me about the whole thing. You know, it's just something that was both envisioned by both of us collaboratively together. So,
man, I'm surprised you squeezed out that word.
My tongue got a little twisted.
I know. And your boy hooked you up with some Shabine, your favorite.
I know, dude.
It's back.
I know.
What'd you think when you saw it on the table?
I was just so pumped. I'm like, this shit. I thought maybe that you like smuggled it over the border. I mean, out of the fridge.
I know all the tunnels.
Yeah, right. So, I was pumped, man. I'm gonna. That's gonna.
Which one is it?
It's the pink smoothie shop.
Yeah, the smoothie
and
shop.
I know
Citra.
that the Modern Assassin would be pissed about that. Eric Hammond would be pissed about that. There's a lot of
Stephen Moeller.
There's a lot of people that would be pissed knowing that I have the only 4-pack right now of pink smoothie shop, and I'm gonna enjoy it tomorrow at Christmas.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well,
Christmas Eve or
yeah, whatever. Christmas Eve's tomorrow, but in podcast land it would be tomorrow would be Christmas. So, whatever. And you know what? I might even take a success and shoot a deer tomorrow or today or maybe this morning, depending when you're thinking.
I'm a little confused now.
All right, anyways. So,
you know what I could say is maybe you can drink from Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. Just start drinking at like 11:59.
Yeah.
No. That's why you can say you drank it on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Only one beer.
I was thinking since I'm going to hunt in the morning.
Did I just swear and say only one beer?
Yes, you did.
I'm sorry.
Oops.
I'm sorry.
So today being Christmas Eve, when this is going to release, I would be hunting, and hopefully I will have my success beer will be a pink smoothie shop.
You know what sucks?
What's that?
That you don't feel my pain. Because what we cover in the show is the balance. What's your balance? Michelle, I'll be back. What's D-Rock's balance? Yeah, I'm going to go get the kids right now. I'll be home. I'll make sure dinner's ready. I'm going to do the laundry, fold laundry, clean the kitchen, do the dishes. Yes, babe. Yes. Okay, we'll be ready to
go. It's hunting season. I told Michelle the other day, actually, I said to her, I said, listen, I said, there's 6 days left in the season. I don't want to hear shit. And then after that, we have January, that's till the end of that month is duck hunting season. Then after that, I said, I'll do whatever you need me to do. But until then, I don't really care because it's hunting season.
It's funny.
That's my balance.
Translation, what he really means is like, please, baby, please, Michelle. I promise. Please, yes, I'll go do something around the house.
Actually,
something.
At this point, she's on my case because she wants me to shoot one more deer for Hamburg. She needs a Hamburg deer.
Really?
So she knows that we have one more tag left. So she definitely wants me to shoot another deer because I was supposed to go duck hunting this morning, but I heard shit because I was supposed to go deer hunting.
You should hunt the hood tomorrow.
Ugh.
I could definitely get you a meat deer if that's all you want.
Yeah. Shit.
Because I could put you in my go-to spot. Definitely, I want to say 9 out of 10 times you'll find a deer.
I planned that because I would have brought all my gear with me.
Dude, 9 out of 10 times, no lie, you'll see a deer. But I can't put you in Fabio's spot. With my luck, Fabio run into that tree. Yeah. It's like, yo, D-Rock just shot the biggest buck. What? Are you sure? No, please, God, no. Yeah. I would actually be happy.
But I couldn't do it, though.
My heart would sink at first, but I think I'd be super, super happy, man.
I couldn't do it, though. I don't think I could.
I've been chasing him. This is the 3rd season chasing him.
He's going to be on the decline before you know it.
Nah. He's a strong deer.
He's probably got gray hairs.
He is... he is 4 this year.
Yep.
Because I started chasing when he was 2.
Whoa.
You're right. He's 4 this year.
Yep. So.
Yeah. Well, let's shoot down the sponsors, man. Because we have a giveaway. We have 3 winners to announce for the Ethics Archery giveaway. You get a one-time use promo code worth $50 on ethicsarchery.com.
Do we have any more giveaways after this?
Oh, you never know.
Ooh.
Mexican always comes up with something from the board. All right. We can come up with something, I think. So, yeah, let's run down the list. This show is brought to you by Elite Archery, the most shootable bow. What bow do you shoot, Trev?
I shoot a Hoyt. I'm kidding. I shoot an Elite Synergy.
Sorry, Elite. Trev's fired. I'm sorry. I'll find another sound guy. I don't need him. No, you know what? No matter what you shoot, it's quite all right. Use what works. But what we encourage is for you to go out there and take the Elite Challenge. Just pick one up, shoot one. You never know unless you try it.
That's right.
Trust me, Trev and I have shot a lot of different bows. And before I made the switch, I was on a different bow. And before you shot an Elite, you shot a different bow.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
So, I mean, we took the Elite Challenge, and now we shoot Elite. So, just try it out. It may work for you. Wild Edge Inc., the leader in mobile hunting. A very, very successful way to mobile hunt. And guess what? Not just mobile hunting. If you like presets, it's the perfect way to set your presets because personally, and Trev, actually, we have presets that we leave a few steps, 4 to 5 in a tree, and we only take, whether it be one stick if it's your preference, or a couple steps, it might be my preference to the preset, so this way people can't gank them on you. And then this way you go in your presets and make it a quick entry. We also are sponsored by Gator Outdoors, outfitting the working class. We're partnered with them because why? They're the one-stop hunting shop, whether it be fishing, rifle, bow, what have you. If you like it, they got it. They have the
waterfowl.
Yeah, all of it. They have the most popular brands in the industry right now, including Lone Wolf Custom Gear, Scent Crusher, all the outdoor group brands, including Elite Archery. And guess what? We have a promo code for Ethics Archery, which is East Coast 10, and a promo code for Gator Outdoors, which is ECB10. That's right, ECB10. So go and save you some. Order whatever you want from there and get 10% off. It's
and
great.
They have True Timber.
You and True Timber.
I love my True Timber, man.
What do
I'm
you want,
true
a sponsor
believer.
for them or something?
No, I
No?
like their shit. I mean, I'll take a sponsor from them, but I really like the quality of their equipment.
You know what? I'm not gonna front because I ordered some True Timber. Hopefully, I get it tomorrow. Well, in real time or podcast land today, Christmas Eve. That'd be dope.
Ooh,
yeah. It's supposed to come with the shipment for Stephen Carpenter because he won the Gator Outdoor giveaway and he's getting a drifter cooler. So hopefully we get that on Christmas Eve. If not, I'm sure it'll come in this weekend. We'll both be very happy, and I'll be rocking that late season True Timber.
Yeah, I need to up my game and get some more, but
I don't know. You have a full closet.
I know, but I need that. I keep layering up. I want that real late season True Timber gear.
Word. Nor'easter game calls. We get them in close with Nor'easter game calls. They have the new ECB Evolution Exotic Series. And what that is exactly is 2 all the way down to... No?
What?
Dobleat 2.
Oh, Dobleat 2, a ground. I already did the ground, but...
All in one call. And what it is, if you want to be big pimping in the woods, that's what you need around your neck. And that's right, the Exotic Series is only $69.99, which is only $20 more than the Evo Series, but guess what the difference is? You stand out from the crowd.
$7.50 shipping.
Is it?
Yeah, yes.
Oh,
correct.
wow. But Mark hooks it up, though.
Oh, absolutely.
The more you spend with Mark, the more free shit you get.
Yeah, like a koozie.
Koozies, lanyards, stickers. I mean, just talk to the guy. He puts his personal cell phone number right on his website. He is the Picasso or the Leonardo da Vinci of the game call world. There's nothing like it. No sounds like it. And definitely it's a work of art. Meaning when you walk into your deer camp, it's a conversation piece. It's dope as fuck. They got pine cones, acorns, fraggrass, wasp nests, honeycombs. I mean...
Tree moss.
That's what I'm saying. You name it, they have it. They have Trev's bloopers wrapped up in a little mirror. Oh, no, they don't have that yet.
No.
But know what's really cool about Nor'easter, too, though? They're 3D hunting memories.
Ooh.
Or 3D memories. Do you like to travel? You know, if you stumble across East Coast Bowhunting Podcast for whatever reason, because we do have a football player talking tonight, and he's a hunter, fisher, angler, outdoorsman.
It's a good thing for the balance, the 3D memory block.
That's what I'm saying.
Or if you fucked up on the balance and you need something to get you into the balance.
Get out of the doghouse with a 3D memory. Let's say you find a couple knickknacks that really are sentimental to your significant other, or maybe your kids. What Mark does is a work of art and makes a 3D display memory out of acrylic, and he can laser engrave it. Super inexpensive for something super high quality. So check him out. What's another one that you could think of right off the rip? Oh, who's our last winner for the Death Wish Coffee? Death Wish Coffee, promo code East Coast 10. He just won the On the Go kit.
Oh, Steve Mark.
Mardick. Yeah.
I don't know, Steve.
He won the On the Go kit. That's their newest product out right now. Not the newest, but
a big shout out to Steve, because Steve, I think he's brought me like €8 this year. I mean, he's just bringing everybody and his brother over to get euros. So
you're gonna have to hook him up.
And you're gonna have to hook him up because he needs a measure on a 134 and some change. So
I know
he got his first Pope and Young this year. So
you know what? The one thing, like, I am so humbled and proud to be a Pope and Young measure, Boone and Crockett measure, but at the same time, during hunting season, it's tough because my phone's being blown the fuck up, and I feel that sometimes.
Welcome to my world.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, well, at least you could accept them, throw them in the freezer, and you're good. But the way that I approach my contribution to the outdoors and conservation, it's a little different. And then, I of course have to be that extra different measurer that I like to have them in person.
Mm-hmm.
And not necessarily have. I mean, it depends. I'll cater to their needs too, if need be. But I like to take my time and measure it maybe 2-3 times because sometimes you get a more consistent score that way. I don't know. That's just my approach. But enough babbling, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we both contribute.
That's it.
Not to society, just the hunting.
Yeah, not to society at all.
We're bad examples of that. So, outright hunting products. The Morph Pro is the last bow hanger that you'll ever buy. And we just did a giveaway for that, right?
Yep.
Brian Vander Maas.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Good
he
old-
just... Go ahead.
No.
It's a good old
Brian.
Brian. What, you've been buds with him for years?
No, we met him in
At the
Illinois. Yeah, at the shoot.
Yeah. The WCB
He chilled
shoot.
with us the whole time.
He is cool as fuck. The first time I met him was in Ohio, and he did a really cool display for WCB, a plaque with an antler on it. Really
that's
cool.
right.
dude.
He was at Ohio. That's right.
Yeah, that's actually when he really started. Like, he knew about East Coast, but he really became a good supporter. And it's nice to have that close community.
Because he's not from Illinois or Ohio. Where's he from?
Ohio.
Oh, he is from Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he's a Middle Easterner.
He's a Middle Eastern. He's caught in between.
Oh, okay.
He's caught in between. But, yeah, so he won the last Morph Pro kit. He's ecstatic. He shout outed. He gave us a private message, right, on the East Coast page.
Yep.
And he's super stoked to get it in the tree tomorrow to try it out.
Another avid shooter.
Know what sucks
What's that?
for us?
What?
He got the installation kit that we didn't get. The tool,
I know.
the little handheld screwdriver tool.
Oh, I know.
I was like, dude, we don't even have this.
No. Listen, Harrisburg, let me tell you something right now. I am raiding the More Pro booth. It is on.
Oh, yeah,
'cause
they are
there's
going to
so
be at
much
Harrisburg.
shit that I need. Like I gave up this season my video one for my camera mount. So my second camera, I gave that to Mock. And
I know Mark got hooked up with a Morph Pro kit.
Yeah, and he has the installation fucking thing. I'm like, Morph Pro. Listen, Jeff Roddenberry's gonna hate me by the end of the
Lifetime warranty, just like Nor'easter Game Calls.
Yep.
Lifetime warranty. Oh, what I forgot to mention is the Evolution series, the Exotic series rather. It has Cape Buffalo and giraffe bone thumb tabs.
Yeah,
That's insane.
Who was that? Who wrote on our Instagram? It has giraffe bone. Oh, Chuck Toffee. He wrote in there. He's like, real giraffe bone. I didn't know that was like something you can get. And I'm like, you think we fuck around? We don't play no games. When we say exotic, we mean exotic.
It is exotic.
Come on.
So 100 Demons. They're still with us. They still back us up. Who they are? The most badass East Coast hardcore music known worldwide. Why do they back us up? Because they're involved with the outdoors. They're outdoors people that support outdoor things. They love music, but guess what? They love to kill shit too. Well, maybe just people, but because don't enter their mosh pit because you will fucking come out with bloody nose or a black eye. But it's just really cool. Check them out at 100demons.com. Encore targets.
Self-healing targets to self-heal your pockets.
And straight out of Coventry. Or I've been corrected a few times.
It's Coventry.
It is Coventry, but it sounds weird. Coventry.
That's how, if you were an Englishman in the 1940s, that's what you would say. Us normal East Coasterners.
Wait. We're normal?
Coventry.
We're not normal.
It's Coventry, not Coventry.
Coventry.
We aren't Nathan Hale spying on people. It's Coventry, not Coventry. Sorry. A little rant I've always had my whole entire life.
Stroll to Coventry.
Stroll? What are you, riding your horses in a horse and buggy? Get out of here. It's Coventry.
Meyer trail cameras. Who's on your hit list? Who's on your hit list? Oh, that's right. You got him.
He's done.
He's done.
Next.
Check them out, though. They're going to be at the Iowa Deer Classic. I can't wait to shake Scott's hand again and get him on the show again. He's a jack dude, so I'm a little scared of him. Don't beat me up. Tree Thrasher. Imitate the wild. Use promo code EastCoast15. That's right. 15% off a very inexpensive item that helps you paint the picture. So if you have your ECB Evolution Exotic series around your neck and you have your Tree Thrasher in your hand, guess what? You're the fucking deer in the woods. And you'll have better success. So just check them out. You could thrash some trees, walk through leaves, snap some twigs, or make some rubs. Check it out. So we have Trev's Euros.
for all your Euro mount needs.
All of them?
Yeah, anything with bone. I've actually got something really cool coming out.
When are you going to get your federal permission for ducks and shit?
So, I found out. You hit the nail on the head, and that's why I'm like lost for words at this point. I am going to start doing that because I found out that since I'm not actually mounting birds, that I actually can do that. So I took. You'll see on.
One of them's mine, right?
CERN. What?
One of them's mine because I've been asking forever.
Yeah, I got a couple extra.
Good.
I'm gonna have a bunch of them. So yeah, I'm gonna mess around with those once the deer are done. After the 100 and something odd deer are all done.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I can't wait. You know, that's something I always wanted, and you don't see a lot either.
No, I got a couple different ideas. We're gonna go above and beyond as we always do, and we're gonna do something a little bit different. So we'll have something nice and cool with those. So
fuck yeah, can't wait. It's gonna be great.
Yep.
Scranton Motors and Scranton Power Sports. Wow, they do so much for the podcast,
getting us where we need to go
all the time. Whether it be a hunt in the woods, a hunt out of state, a trade show out of state. Guess what? Even our personal vehicles. Ryan the porn star bought his truck from Scranton Motors. Mm-hmm. That's crazy, right?
Yep.
And he's still at Grinder Studio again, huh?
That's it, man.
He just kind of leaned that way.
Yep.
Well, it's okay, I guess. Whatever your preference is. Why are you laughing?
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Nope. No laughing.
Not anymore. You're holding it back. There it is. There it is. So Scranton Motors. Well, what do you have to say about Scranton Motors, man?
They're the best in the business, man. There's nobody better than them. You know, I always say this. It's a family-owned, family-operated business, and you get taken care of like family when you go there, man. I had our fleet trucks are all from there, from our family construction company, and I'll tell you what, man. It's a plow truck had gone down in the middle of the winter, and not even an hour later, I was back plowing and in a different truck. So
that's dope. And you know what? Wild Edge Inc. can attest for it. Boneyard, you know, sponsors take care of other sponsors. The podcast tries to connect and network. Sponsors take care of other ones. And guess what? Boneyard bought a Scranton Motors truck.
That's it.
And the one time that he had to get a recall done, guess what? They came to his premises, dropped off a truck that he could use. Meanwhile, of course, a newer one, because they always try to get you that way.
Of course.
And then they took the one that he had and took care of him completely. So it's really nice. And you know what he did is reciprocated by hooking Caddy Cowboy up with some steps, you know, as a thank you. You know, it's.
I think he got a shirt too, the bastard.
Really?
I
we
think
don't
so.
even have a shirt.
I know.
We're too chubby for their size.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have any in our size.
Yeah, if you look at Boneyard, you
remember
would understand
they had a fleece vest. And we're like, yeah, what are we gonna do with that? Yeah. And I look over and D-Rock's wearing a vest.
I'm taking the Larry McCoy approach.
Okay, is that what it is?
It looks good, right?
I like it.
Yeah, it matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matches your new hat.
The hat is dope.
It is.
Talk about them, man, because these cryptic East Coast hats with glow-in-the-dark.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. They're dope, man.
They're definitely badass, man. The pictures do them no justice, but so we've already sold out of our second order. We have another order just arrived today.
Sweet.
So they're going to the embroiderer probably right after the holidays.
Didn't you get two orders from Mexico today?
2 orders from Mexico. Yeah, actually I did.
Isn't that
think.
Crazy?
Yeah. So I'm going to have to ship those things to Mexico.
That's insane, though. Seriously.
Yeah, no, really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Did you really live in Mexico?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Texas, Mexico, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he travels back and forth.
Oh, no shit. I didn't even know that.
He's the fucking man.
I didn't even know what I got myself into.
Yeah,
I should have charged him double for shipping then, I guess.
No, you told him 28. You told him 28. He's like, okay, I got 28 pesos.
Yeah, exactly.
It translates to like maybe $5.
Now,
you didn't say dollars. You said 28.
See, that's the problem with dealing with you people.
You people? Damn, you're racist. Pinche way. Fucking gringo.
I'm just playing.
I know.
Oh, man.
But yeah,
no, they're definitely badass. And if anybody wants one, please feel free to reach out to us, either on the East Coast page, East Coast Instagram, or personally my personal Facebook page.
And all my notifications are off, but I always reply to instant messages or private messages, and I'll guide you in the right direction because East Coast Trev is in charge of the ECB store. So he's the man that you really want to talk to if you trust a hillbilly to handle your money. But if you want a hat and you don't know how to get a hold of Trev, hit me up and I'll guide you in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Because these hats are dope, and Trev just hooked me up for Christmas.
And we're going to have something coming out too. I'm looking at a different camo pattern for next hunting season. Maybe our own old-fashioned kill cap, I think, is what we're going to go with.
Yeah.
Old school camo.
Instead of a kill cap, I want to come out with something extreme. And
Like a slaughter cap?
Yes, a Slayer cap.
A Slayer cap.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we'll
Beast
call
Coast
it.
cap.
A Beast Coast Slayer hat.
Yeah.
I got some ideas.
Hell yeah.
It's turning. All right.
I see him turning. So yeah, Scranton Motors, Scranton Power Sports, can't wait till we're in the sea with them. I'll always say it.
Yeah,
Because they have
right.
everything except that.
I agree.
So, I don't know. We're all evolving. Maybe they should evolve to the sea.
Yep.
We'll have to see. The Hunter Site. The online journal for the hunter. If you want to keep track of everything that you are seeing in the woods, I mean, it gets so detailed. And we haven't really talked about the Hunter Site so much the last few episodes. Why? Because we've been busy killing, slaying, and playing. Playing and slaying. Slaying and playing or playing and slaying?
We've been doing all the above.
And you know what? Bryce Stone out of Texas supports East Coast. You want to know why? Because East Coast is where it's at. If you want to be the hardcore hunting house or part of it, the Hunter Site will get you there. You'll be able to track your food plots, your terrain, topo maps, trail cam sightings. So this way you could pattern your deer before rut hits. And now in late season tactics, guess what? Now more than ever is where you need your journal. So this way you can backtrack to maybe older patterns or remember where that food source is, because food source is key. It's what we're learning. It's been a redundant thing, right?
And in the beginning of the season, it's food source. And then you soon to have shed hunting season. I mean, you're in the woods the most. I mean, that's when your scouting really starts. That's the start to day one for the 2020 season is when you're shed hunting, man. See those runs, those trails, those old scrapes, those in the rutting areas. That's when you find them, man, because now you're in your tree stand, so you're not out scouting and finding where those rut is. And when it comes shed season, that's when you're finding all those rutting areas, and the Hunter Site becomes the most important at that time.
Great.
Yep.
That was really good, Trev.
Thanks.
And, of course, don't forget to support our boys out Midwest, WCB, Working Class Bowhunter. Go on their website, check out their swag. They got really cool swag out there. And you can use our promo code ECB and save you some. So, I mean, we're all over the place. And we need to unite for the greater good from east to west. And we have yet to connect to a West Coast hunting podcast out there. Reach out to us. If you want to be a bow hunting podcast, that you want to start something up and you're for the greater good, start it up. We encourage that. Why? Because numbers win, and we do it.
East Coast.
That was very fluid. You're on point, man. Dude, you need to not drink more often, Trev.
I haven't drank in 5 months. I'm doing
no.
Right. Yeah?
No.
It's
Incorrect.
Gotta be.
Incorrect.
All right. I've definitely drank, but
it's been a week. It has been a week.
I had one drink.
Was it one? I thought you had two that night.
No, I had one
drink.
It
was one, right?
So it's been like, I've just been
it was
on my
one
game,
strong
man. That's
drink,
all.
though.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
I guess.
Well, you have been behaving, though, is what you're trying to say.
I'm going to get on the shebeen, and then New Year resolutions come out, and then that's it, man.
My New Year's resolution is to not be as chubby as I am.
Mine's going the same way, man. Just purifying myself and just getting back to the goody good.
Yeah, you know what? That's good, man, because we should really focus and hone in on what we want to accomplish out of our hunts for 2020.
Yeah, I've definitely changed my lifestyle and everything just for my hunting, and so.
And for the podcast.
That's it, for sure.
We're both on point, and I'm loving it. You can catch us at ATA, Mohegan Sun Arena or Casino, the Harrisburg Show, the Iowa Deer Classic, and we will make an appearance at the Ohio Deer Classic. Or is it Deer Classic or Ohio Show? One of those. And you never know. We might hit up other spots. Hopefully we get invited again to the WCB shoot because it's always fun to gather up with the boys and let loose and have a good time. They are the best. We do look up to them, and they are family. So it's a nice gathering. Shout out to Where to Hunt Podcast, Truth from the Stand Podcast, Deer Hunter Podcast, Working Class Bowhunter Podcast, and, of course, Kills It Podcast.
There is another new podcast on the scene.
One moment there. So Kills It Podcast featuring Garrett Benner, the Modern Assassin. Get on his DM, PM, instant message to do his secretive service shout out. What that is exactly is a shout out for the person, whether it be a teacher, social worker, a nanny, a babysitter, fireman, what have you, anything like that, military. You want to know why? Because they do it for the greater good. And they don't do it for the recognition. So they need to be recognized. So hit up Kills It Podcast, Garrett Benner, the Modern Assassin. Blow up his social media with someone you want to shout out and recognize. And then guess what? You'll hear your name and their name on the Kills It Podcast. Because guess what? They're killing it. And one last shout out that I like to have to do before you do yours is the Time's Up Outdoors podcast out of Michigan. Detroit, Michigan. The boys, Ziggy and the boys from the Firehouse, they hooked us up with Michigan beer, and we reciprocated with Shabine beer, so Santa will be good to him. And guess what? If you're listening to this podcast and we promise you beer, guess what? We just waited for New Year's, so you're going to have it for New Year's. So you guys know who you are. We're doing some, I don't know if it's illegal or not, but we're hooking you up, and it's friendly. So if it's illegal, guess what? At least we're doing the right thing, because sometimes the right thing's illegal. Word, Trev?
Word.
So who are you going to shout out?
Our boys Theo and John. They just started their own podcast called Poop Mouth.
Poop Mouth. Do a quick rundown of what it is.
So what Poop Mouth is just talking shit on the industry. And not really technically on the industry, but just talking.
I think in general, right?
Yeah,
talking shit in general.
Just talking shit, man, and just blabbing and chewing the fat on hunting. Hunting or archery. John is probably one of the most tech savvy dudes you'll ever meet, and will seriously break down everything as far as archery. He's a bow tech, so he'll break down that, just the new things in the industry.
All the way down to music is why we get along so well.
Music, you name it. And then Theo, that's his life, man. That is what he does, he just burns people. So
he's an inner city
hooligan.
Inner city hood hillbilly is what he is.
So
that's what he is, exactly.
It is what he is, man. And the dude is definitely experienced, and these two collaborate together and just really tear it up, man. And it's just go check it out because it's absolutely hilarious.
It is fun.
You'll be laughing, and you will definitely learn something from them. Good dudes. So
hell yeah. And there's a new podcast on the rise, which we can't release now, but it's gonna be great, and it's gonna be another East Coast podcast out of New York, and I'm excited to see that. That's gonna be dope. And we'll just leave it there. So let's get the guest on the line.
Let's go. Why East Coast Bowhunting Podcast?
Because neither one of us wear pink camo.
East Coast Bowhunting Podcast. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Look, man, I'm from Wisconsin, and I listen to the East Coast Bowhunters because you don't get anything more real than these guys.
Because East Coast Bowhunting sets the standards for keeping its listeners informed on everything that matters in the hunting industry.
Nice having somebody, local and represent the East Coast boys.
The East Coast is going to saddle up.
Number one source for slaying whitetails on the East Coast.
Well, you might see Jesus if you actually choose something, it'll get you into heaven.
Why East Coast? Why not? I'm East Coast, baby. That's how we roll. Chew on that.
Come on the show, a stranger, and you feel like one of the boys when you leave.
Because I get my hunting camp anytime I want.
There's some absolute monsters
roaming the East Coast, and I think it needs a little attention. So why not bring it to the East Coast Bowhunters podcast?
Man, because East Coast is a tight-knit crew, and y'all like me. Raw, real, no bullshit.
Because you guys are hometown boys. I love you guys.
This is Kurt Geyer with Working Class Bowhunter, and East Coast Bowhunting Podcast is the only hunting podcast I'll tune into.
All right, so we have Trent Cole on the line from BlitzTV. What's up, Trent? How you doing?
Oh, pretty good, man. Just still, saying, just trying to finish out this hunting season, man. And it's been a great year for me and the Blitz crew so far. And just glad to get a chance to hook up with you guys and talk a little hunting.
Hell yeah, man! It's been a long time coming, and you're definitely whacking them and stacking them. This year, so you have a stellar year for sure, man. It's exciting to watch,
Yeah, man. It's just I had a good year last year, and then this year is I've had a stellar year, like you said, and and like I said, we have a little bit more time left to go, and I'm still pushing hard right now. And like I said, I've been to a few states, and I've connected on some great whitetails, and hooked up with some, and made some friends, and hooked up with some good people.
Hell yeah, that's what I love about the outdoor, is specifically the hunting community. It's just definitely brings people together, and I feel like now that we're in the podcast realm, it makes that unity a little bit stronger. So it's pretty cool, man. So for our listeners that might not know necessarily who you are, if they're living under a rock or I don't know what's wrong with them, let's kick it off right, man. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and where we can find you.
Well, everybody knows I'm Trent Cole. 10 years with the Philadelphia Eagles, 2 years with the Colts, and now I'm retired, and I am a full-time farmer, and I run a full-time production company, which is BlitzTV is our show, which we're on national television on Sportsman Channel, Sportsman's Canada, and Hunt Channel, and we put out some great content. We represent the East Coast as hard as we can. We believe there's great hunting over here that we want to put out to the United States and show everybody how good it is over here and how great the hunting fishing is. Everybody talks about the big bucks out in the Midwest, but we get a few here and there, but it's always that's why we do this. It's just to show show people how show people our success and see if people can take our success and add it to what they do out in the field.
Yeah, man, and it's pretty dope to see because Trev and I, that was our mission initially, and that's why we did name it East Coast Bowhunting Podcast, because you always do hear all about the West and Midwest and not so much here in the East Coast. And even, one of my other people I look up to is Ranella. He even started dipping a little East Coast hunting. And even one of our other boys, Pigman out of Texas, he travels to the East Coast to hunt some pigs and gators too. So, there's got to be something to the East Coast that's attracting these big names, And then
it is. There's a lot of hunting here, man. Not just from deer hunting to waterfowl to bears. We have the largest bears probably in the United States here. And from what I know, we do have the largest bears in the United States in North America here on the East Coast. And like I said, it's coming from Southern Ohio, small country town, and coming to the East Coast and coming to play for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I found my way and settled in the state of New Jersey. People always tell me how small the deer were here, but when I got in and got the hunting, man, I found out to not be true, and I've seen some really, really, really big deer here, and I've managed to take some great deer myself, year after year, on my farms and stuff. And of course, I forgot to tell you guys, I am a full-time. I don't know if I mentioned I'm a full-time farmer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's like I said, it's been a great year. Just hunting the East Coast right now, and just looking forward a lot more to it.
Hell yeah! So, go ahead, Trev.
Oh no! So, what kind of farming do you do?
Well, I run a grain operation. I have I do soybean, corn, and I do wheat and rye, and also I do hay and straw. So I do different commodities here on the East Coast. I mean, it's it's different for me when I first got here because I'm used to dark soil, dark rich soil. When I come here, you're on light sandy soil here, and in the mineral, there's a lot more minerals in the soil out in the Midwest. Come from that, but it's been a great time farming here because the water drains well because of sandy soil.
Right, exactly. And that's actually some truth right there, man. You really kind of dropped some knowledge there because that's one thing a lot of farmers, maybe Midwest or out west, may not know necessarily. So that's actually a good tip on just an observation of what you do day by day, man.
Yeah, it's just like I said. I'm everybody knows I'm an athlete. I'm a former athlete, and I'm a very competitive type person. So everything I do, I'm doing 110%. So I'm all in anything I do. And people always would ask me, why you like hunting on the East Coast so much? You know what I'm saying? All the big bucks are out in the Midwest. Well, it's very, very hard hunting here. And I think guys who hunt on the East Coast are very good hunters. Because, I hear from a lot of outfitters, I hear from people that when people come from the East Coast to hunt the Midwest, they say them guys hunt hard and they hunt and they're really good at what they do because you guys, I know it's hard. There's a lot of pressure in different areas and these deer are smart and it's hard to hunt them. You can't be slipping up and you can be very disciplined about what you do.
Exactly, man. I couldn't put it better myself, man. And specifically just that, it's cool to know that you're out of New Jersey because we have good friends in New Jersey too, and from the few pictures you sent me and what I've been seeing our boys sending us, it's like, damn, maybe we should be hunting New Jersey too. So it's like, I mean, they're out there. I don't want to give out all the secrets, but I mean, yeah, it seems like that whole armpit from like Delaware, New Jersey, all the way up to kind of Massachusetts, Cape Cod area, it's like flooded. With big
a
boys.
lot of big deer's been. I mean, every year I see I'm seeing a big change in the size of the bucks that are being harvested all the way up the coast.
Did you see more that this year there was a lot more bigger bucks taken than in the past couple of years?
Yes, and I'm gonna give you my what I've seen on that, and what I heard and seen is what I've seen. I've seen a lot of big bucks getting harvested out of the state of Pennsylvania. A lot of big bucks, and then also what got me over the years, I was surprised about Carolina. You know what I'm saying? North South Carolina, they're starting to kill some really good bucks.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
but I'm not gonna leave out Maryland, Delaware, and Maryland. I mean, that's like the little Midwest to me. You know what I mean? The deer I've seen down there, man.
It is. You can hunt a lot of species in those two little states, man. It's crazy.
I mean, there's a lot. It's like saying when they call it the sportsman's paradise, man. It's the sportsman's paradise over here.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's you could, man, from hunting to fishing, man. I tell you, I mean, there's a lot of hunting that goes on over here, and it's just like I said. That's why I resided over here because I just love hunting the East Coast, man. It's just it's not easy. It's very hard to hunt here. It's very hard to take. You know what I'm saying, harvest some of the bucks I've taken. It's just being very disciplined of what I've done. I mean, what I do and how I prep and, prep all the way up to the fall.
Exactly. You ever do any bow fishing at all?
Yes, I do bow fishing now, and I'm a big fan of bow fishing. And my goal is to do a little bit more bow fishing coming up here this spring and fall. I mean, spring and summer. So I'm going to get into that, but like I said, I don't know if I'm able to get out there and do too much of it because I am into bass fishing and I do fish the tournaments. I do fish bass tournaments.
Nice.
And I'm heavily into that around that time and turkey hunting. But like I said, I want to get out more and do a lot more bow fishing.
Hey man, you're really close to a few friends of ours that are heavy into bow fishing. Actually, I think you do know them because you guys might have been communicating here and there with Garrett Benner, the Modern Assassin out of Maryland. And
yeah, I've heard of him over there. I've heard of him.
Yeah, man. That's our right hand man there. He's part of the East Coast team too, and
Okay.
And
I've heard of him. And also, like I said, I get out my boat, man. I have I got a fish rigged up for bow fishing. I just got to get out.
Nice.
That's why I said I rigged it up this year, and hopefully I'm gonna be on the water, coming shooting carp and
hell yeah,
there it's legally to shoot.
Man, if you want to go on a tank of a boat too, our other boy Nick Mathers from Working Class Outdoorsman out of Maryland. I mean, they're both connected together and run the operation together. So all you really need is yourself, and you just show up.
I gotta get hooked up with him, man. They're good people. Working Class Bow Hunter, good people, man. I gotta get hooked up with them. I see them on social media, and they're very supportive of BlitzTV.
Oh
and,
yeah, for sure, them too.
And we try to support them when we can. But like I said, they're good. They seem like good people.
Yeah,
and,
without a doubt.
And I gotta get hooked up with them.
For sure. But yeah, man, let's start from the beginning. Is how'd you kind of develop the love for the outdoors, starting from a young lad?
My family is very big into hunting, and I had an uncle, Jerry Cole, who was big into archery, and he's won multiple bow tournaments and all that stuff, and he's even took, I think he's second or third in the world in archery.
Nice.
And he was very good at shooting a recurve and a bow, and he's hunted lots of different species of big game, from the U.S. to Canada, and having that, when you're at family reunions and you get to talk about hunting, and you get to see his trophy room, and it's just, like I said, he's the one that got me heavily into it. And I used to shoot. That's when I started shooting competition with him, in archery, and I was doing really well. And that's how I got into it, man. And then also I have to say this, what really, really got me hooked on it. Really, really got me hooked on it is when you're I'm from Southern Ohio, man. Everybody knows there's a lot of big bucks that come out there year after year.
Oh yeah.
And as I got older, I started to learn how to measure deer by, and give a deer a class, like, from 150-inch deer, from a Pope and Young deer to 165-inch Boone and Crockett deer. And looking back, I'm saying, I've had some very, very big deer in front of me. From 180 range to 200 range as a kid. And that's what drove me. I would miss these deer. I was missing these deer. I was shooting at these deer and missing. And because I didn't have the right, my equipment wasn't that good. When I didn't have the money to afford the high end equipment, so my stuff was always breaking all the time, and I was always I got shook up, I got buck fever and missed. But I had some very large deer in front of me after just looking back, and as I got more knowledge as I got older and stuff, and I learned from my experiences and stuff. And when that Beatty buck got killed in 2000, that was like, I'm from that town. I'm from Xenia, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? So Beatty buck got killed there, and I'm talking about that was like the biggest thing ever. It was a world record. Yeah. And archer kill. And that was it, man. That's what I think that set the whole industry off right there. That buck right there set the whole industry off. And that's kind of how I got into it, man. You just, you're in a family that just everybody hunts, and and I took it to another level, and here we got Quad Door Productions, and we're producing BlitzTV, and BlitzTV is what we're rolling. And I got some other big things on the horizon here coming up here this year, which I'm pretty excited about as well.
That's dope. Are you going to be at ATA this year or not?
Yes, I'll be there.
Oh, dope. It'd be awesome to shake your hand, man. Looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah, definitely. We'll hook up and whatever, and introduce yourself, in person.
Hell yeah. Looking forward to that for sure. So, you're already outdoors, in love with outdoors, in love with archery, and then we all share another love, but taking it to the next level, like you were saying. You got to experience the the All-American dream for a football player, man. So what? I mean, you're from Ohio, so obviously you went to high school there. What college you end up attending?
Well, coming out of Xenia High School, I attended the University of Cincinnati, Bearcats.
Nice.
And that's the college I came from. And then I got in 2005. I was drafted to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Sweet.
And from there, that's where 2005 is when the chapter to the NFL, the American Dream, started right there. And I don't regret nothing that I've been through or had to go through or whatever. And I'm satisfied wherever I went, and I wouldn't change for nothing.
So what were you thinking when you got drafted to NFL? Like, I mean, shit, that must have been an experience in itself, like getting the call and shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I was one. I'd say this. I was one of them guys that come from a small town, always out in the country, always out in the outdoors, always hunting and fishing, and I was one of the guys that I was very talented. I was a very athletic person. And never really looked at the future like, hey, I want to be in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? I never looked at it like that because I had hunting on my mind, man. I had the outdoors. I couldn't wait to go hunt and fish. So that was my mind,
Yeah.
I worked to hunt and fish.
Yeah.
When I was young, I was working to hunt and fish. And that was the real dream to me.
Right.
And the football thing came up, so you're very good. Oh man, you can make it to you're gonna go to the NFL. I've been hearing this in high school.
Right.
And you're gonna do it. You're gonna be really good. And here comes 2005. I'm getting drafted to the Philadelphia Eagles, man. And it's like I said, it was a roller coaster. I mean, I met a lot of people and friends, and like I said, it's just it was a lot of fun. Game day was just a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, man. And it's nice to see that, because there's a lot of professional athletes that are heavily involved with outdoors like that. I mean, I'm not going to name them off, but I could definitely name 10 right off the rip, that are heavily involved, whether it be football, baseball, basketball, and they love to hunt and fish too. So
yeah, there's a lot of people don't know about in the NFL that actually hunt and fish. Some people don't put it out there, but that's their thing when off season, and during the season if they can. There is a lot of football, football players that do hunt and fish, and well as in other sports as well. But then there's a lot of guys that put it out there, and some guys don't. But me, I never cared. I love what I do, and very proud of where I come from. Very proud of what I do and represent, and very proud of representing the outdoor industry, and like I said, you don't see too many, you don't see too many African Americans in the hunting industry, but maybe hopefully I put my stamp there to change that, that it's all right. There's no cut the stereotype out. There's no such thing as a stereotype to me.
Exactly.
Just, if you want to come out and cross that line and enjoy the outdoors, come enjoy the outdoors. It's for everybody.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Yeah.
And the way you and your team display is perfect. And again, I want to kind of circle right back to BlitzTV. Like, how did that come about? Because obviously you have the passion for it. You have the background or like the following, so to speak, and people know of you. And now all of a sudden you're putting it on blast. Like you were saying earlier, not all the athletes like to put it out there, but the approach that you bring, you're putting it on blast in a positive way to make sure that people know that it's okay. And I mean, you have some pretty big names backing you up too in the outdoor industry. So like, how did that come about? Because you weren't just in the woods one day and it ain't like football. Like you had someone scouting, you'd be like, oh, let's pick him up for our team. You know what I mean? Like how did that come about?
There's a lot of things come with it. With BlitzTV. I mean, if you're gonna do a show, man, you got to be straight off the box. You got to do it, and you got to be classy about what you do. You know what I'm saying? You're representing a company. You're representing different companies out there that's supporting you, and you got to be a representative of not just of the people that you're supporting. You know what I'm saying? If your sponsors, you got to be a representative of just people in general. You know what I'm saying? You are. I'm representing the NFL. I'm representing a lot of different things, and I want to make sure that, like I said, when I want to leave it, I want to leave my stamp. I want to make, when I leave, that everybody knows that what I'm saying, what I brought to the table, what I stood for, and I'm a very common sense guy, and I'm all about positive, and people know that, what I'm saying, one big thing that I'm big about is, treat people how you want to be treated, That's one thing I'm about, and I want to, like I said, I got to be that example, man. I got to be the example for the young ones out there, for the kids, because guess what? The kids, people know that the kids are our future, and we got to be good examples, And like I said, I'm representing BlitzTV. I'm representing the sponsors that I have, Cabela's, Bass Pro Shop. Great supporters, GSM, Outdoors. From on down to Lethal. They're great sponsors of mine, and then there's other ones out there as well that support as well. And like I said, my main goal is to be, be a great example for just all hunters and people in general.
So, is there anything specific that you target out of BlitzTV? Like, well, for example, trade show season is upon us, and like, what's the main goal of BlitzTV when you hit those trade shows? Like, what's the focus, so to speak?
Yeah, the focus is, we come in there and we want to, we come in there, we want to present, we're presenting BlitzTV when we come and have our meetings and stuff there with our sponsors and stuff, and we have our annual meeting there, and we're presenting the numbers, we're presenting different stuff, new stuff that we've added, or new stuff with BlitzTV, or whatever the changes that we have, and updating everything. And you're talking about different sponsorships that that we might change some here and there. You might lose, you might gain. It all depends on the situation. Everything every year's different, and it all depends on your contract you have with that certain sponsor or whatever company you're dealing with. So there's you're there to you're there to hold your annual meetings, and that's where BlitzTV is gets all its backing to to present to create BlitzTV and what it is.
That's pretty dope, man, and it's nice that you mentioned that, because it is true. As year by year things change, and we were talking a little bit about this off the air. Is the deeper you get into it, the more you see like who's real, who's not, who's in it for the greater good, who you really want to end up working with, and it's nice to kind of fine tune that the deeper you get into it.
There's some bad and there's some good in it, just like any other industry. I've seen the bad and I've seen the good, and there's a lot of bad, there's a lot of good out there, and you just kind of have to maneuver, amongst and keep your ear open and always be listening, and there shouldn't be really nobody that should not like you, and that's what I'm a big believer in, and you shouldn't do nothing for nobody not to like you.
Right.
And all you got to do is just, you got to, if some people ask like, oh, how can I start a show? Well, it's very hard to in this industry to start a show, but you can do it. You know what I'm saying? You can do it, but you have to, there's a lot of different things that come with it. You know what I'm saying? You have to work to get, there's levels to it. You gotta put in the work to do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to put out the content, and you have to get it done. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of, that's where the bad comes in, where people just want a handout. People want to just stomp on other people just to try to put their name out there, and that's what makes the industry bad. That's what makes the bad side of the industry. It's just people who want to just they want to cut somebody else because they don't want to work to get what they want.
You know what? I'm glad you bring that up, because that's probably the biggest thing that I've noticed. The deeper you get in it, because you definitely, there's no comparison on what you do and what we do, but in our realm, you definitely start to see who's all about necessarily maybe the money or the love or likes or what have you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just you really start to hone in on who's in it for you or trying to help you out. get to the
I get
next level.
stereotypes. There's just stereotypes out there. People stereotype me. Oh, he's a football player, and he you know what I'm saying. Oh, he's got money. We don't need to sponsor him, or you know what I'm saying, or stuff like that. They don't understand that. And I'll put this out there, and I'll say this to you guys, like, hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. I run a business. There's people that have they make their livelihoods off this. So at the end of the day, the only way this to run is it has to be ran like a business for BlitzTV even to keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying? And you see a lot of people, you get a lot of people that have some stereotypes in their head, and I see it. I catch on to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, I was like, hey, I could, you're looking at my pocket. I'm running a company here. You know what I'm saying? Let's be professional about this.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? We got to be professional about this. You know what I'm saying? There's other people, not just me. There's a ton of other people. When you think all these other big companies out here are, you know what I'm saying? They're doing shows. It's like, so you can't treat me like that. And you know what I'm saying? And it's unfair. You know, it's very unfair. I run a company just like anybody else, you know.
And you know what? You're right. You're 100% correct. And then to, mix all that, all your passions and your love and the business and the hard work. How do you balance your life? Because you're a family man, and that's huge to you. It's obvious, in the content that you put out. So, I mean, we both have little ones too. It's like we have to think about them. Like you said, kids are the future. So how do you balance all that?
So it is, like I said, man, the Blitz TV, this is my livelihood. This is what I do now. I'm a former football player that's had, I broke records. I've done some great things in the NFL, and I am a former NFL player. But like I said, when it comes to, this is me and my livelihood now. There's a balance in it. You got to have a balance in there. You know what I'm saying? In this, hunting's always going to be there. You got to take care of business, or business will take care of you. And what it is the way I do things. It's all about preparation. Man, everything, it's timing and preparation. You know what I'm saying? Everything's not going to be always on time, but you want to get as close as being on time as you want it to be. And that's come from doing stuff in the off season. Just you're preparing for the fall. Just like I was in football, I was working out. I was doing all kind of different things to get ready for for the summer, going into camp and get ready for the fall. So it's just like when I in the outdoor industry, doing a television show, doing production stuff, I got to prep. And like I said, this ordeal it's a 365 days of the year ordeal when you're doing production and doing a television show, because it's content. You got social media out there, and you got to keep putting content out and stuff and everything. So, and at the same time, you're getting ready for the fall. So I'm going out there doing stuff on my farms, and and people want to know, I do a lot of stuff myself. Most of my stuff, 99% of stuff, I do it myself. I prep my farms myself, and I do all my management myself. Being a farmer keeps me close to everything. So being a farmer, I'm right there. I'm planning while I'm on that tractor turning dirt. I'm planning when I'm in that tractor. I'm sitting there planning. I'm looking at a corner saying, okay, that looks like a corner. I might change up something this year. I've seen a lot of deer coming out of the corner. So I'm over brainstorming in the tractor when I'm farming. It's on every farm. I'm brainstorming. So it's a lot of preparation in it, so you can keep that balance between the family and your job.
That makes sense, man. That makes sense. And I could totally picture you. Painted a real good picture right there. Like I visualize myself doing the same thing, just the way you tell it, man. And maybe even switching up the crops, like you said, because you've noticed the deer coming out in a certain area gives you more opportunity to spend time with your family and more success when you're out in the woods.
Yeah, so the conclusion is success. You know what I'm saying? I want the closest thing I can get to being successful, so I can keep that balance. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I can everything's time where I can be with my family, go out there, make a show. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I do it right, educating the people. About where I'm at, how I'm hunting, what I'm using, and put one in the can and go back to my family.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
So, I mean, shit, what better time to really kick into your 2019 deer season, man? Like, if you want to start from wherever you want to start from, because you had a hell of a year and it's still going, And if you want to kind of bleed into maybe late season tactics, I mean, that'd be great because you're putting down some monsters, man. You know.
Well, I'm not done yet. I got a couple big ones that I got in my eyesight right now. Yeah, I've been seeing them on cameras, but they've been kind of nocturnal right now. But I'm getting close. I'm getting close to them. But like I said, it's like I said, I am a very, very, very big into late season. I love late season. You know, coming from Ohio, man, I love late season. I can just talk about the years of Ohio and just coming to the East Coast, and it just seems like I see all the big deer. I see a lot of the big deer in the early part of a lot of the hunting season. Then you catch, if you're lucky enough to catch them in a rut, you know what I mean? Because you don't know where they're going to be on the rut. They could be all over the place. They're not on pattern during the rut, you know. And that's not my least favorite time to hunt. But you know, it is a great time to hunt. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. But when it comes to early and late season, man, that's what I love, because when it comes to late season, it's cold. These deer are on the food sources, and you're going to find me close to the food source. You're going to find me either I'm going to be on the food source or I'm going to be close to the food source. I'm going to be, if I get onto a deer that's getting nocturnal, I'm going to backtrack that. I'm going to backtrack that deer. I'm going to start, you know what I'm saying, start moving back away from the food source, catching, coming on the path, coming to the food source. So I'm going to catch the funnel going to the food source. So I'm going to have to backtrack him if I'm getting nighttime pictures of it. But like I said, that's something I'm very big into when it comes to hunting in the late season.
That's dope. It makes sense, man. I'm just sitting here soaking it all in, you know. And you know what's your biggest buck to date for 2019? That is, like, can you take us step by step through that story?
Yes, I have to say, let me think about it. I ended up killing.
There's so many, right? So many. Hold on, got to think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Kentucky Premier Outfitters, man. Good buddies out there. Killed a nice one. Ohio, I was very proud to kill a nice buck there after all the events I've had over the past year of missing and not finding the bucks I shot. And I was that might have been very, very proud moment right there. I mean, very, very one of the proudest moments ever. To be able to connect on a good buck with a bow on my farm there in Ohio. But I have to say, Illinois knocked it out of the park for me here. Just the last couple of weeks here, around like December 11th. I knocked down a really good one in a buck that was in the 160s. Probably been my first booner if he didn't break off one of his tines. It would be my first booner ever. And actually it was pretty crazy because I got to Illinois and we did some scouting, you know, and it's a buddy of mine named Bruce from I think it's Timber Tall Outfitters out of Illinois. And he told me he wanted me to get out and just invite me out to hunt, and he showed me some farms that, hey, you know what I'm saying, that I can go hunt. And he said, have at it. And, you know, we decided to go throw some stands up, did some scouting, throw some stands up, and got in there one afternoon, seen a couple of does and a buck, and a small buck, and then we got into one of our sets in the morning, and what do you know? It's late December. I'm not used to using calls because, you know, East Coast, around this time, these deer run from calls. And I made a couple doe bleats and grunts and had two small bucks come down off of a ridge, come down a holler. And there weren't shooters. And then when they passed through, I decided to make some tinning grunts, big, long tinning grunts. You know what I'm saying? So they're like very long, 5 second, 6 second grunt. The long, continuous grunt. And then a couple burps at the end of it, you know, just grunting. And I did a couple doe bleats, and that was it. You know, because what made me do that is because, you know, I caught in them two other bucks. And what do you know? Here it comes. I mean, my biggest deer to date comes walking down the hill, come right to us. Where you thought that sound came from? All bristled up, and I connected with him, and he didn't go more than
20 yards.
Damn. How far was he when you shot him? You there?
No, I didn't hear you. My bad. I just got sitting on my street. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. How far was he when you shot him?
No, he's about I'll say 30 yards.
Nice.
About 30 yards. Sorry about that. I got a code and stuff, but
no, you're good.
I'm getting over this code and stuff, but yeah, he's about 30 yards, and he didn't go no more. He probably went about 20 yards and folded over.
Nice. So, what kind of setup you running? You mind breaking down your setup?
The setup I'm using, as far as when it comes to using stands.
The bow, the bow, arrow, broadhead.
Oh yes, I was using a Raven. Using a Raven R. I'm not sponsored by them, but I was using a R20. I think it's R29, R26. I think it is.
Yep.
And I was always interested in using them bows, and I finally got me a Raven because you hear about a lot about it, and it's a crossbow, and I usually don't hunt with a crossbow, but I started using the crossbow. I like to hunt with different things: recurve, bow. The regular compound bow and crossbow. So I try to use everything every year, practice with everything, and it blew right through that buck. It was. They're very accurate bows, I have to say, and that's. It's pretty much what it was. I let him have it.
Nice, man. I know you're stoked to see him pile up too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's nice when they don't run too far and you actually get to see them pile up. It's just something else, man.
But first, I got to say this though. It was kind of funny because I said as soon as the shot, I was like, I think I missed. I remember saying to my cameraman, I was like, I think I missed, and I was like, he's a man. He said that was a good buck. I said, how's a decent buck? It was a decent buck. And that's what I said first because the reason is I knew he was a shooter, but you know what I'm saying? You can remember, I knew he was a shooter. I had 2 tags to fill when I was there. I was hunting 3 days of bow and 3 days of muzzleloader. And I knew he's a shooter. So, when a deer comes in, when I have a deer coming in range, I think, I'm just doing the television stuff in there. I've disciplined myself and prepping myself to, hey, my main focus here is to put one through the vitals. You know what I'm saying? I'm aiming for the vitals, and I'm going to put it on vitals, and I'm going to be, just trying to focus myself and get myself ready when he does come into the range. So I wasn't paying attention to the rack, but it was kind of funny. Like I said, he says, I was like, I think I missed. He said, no, you didn't. He goes, no, you didn't. He said, you blew right through that thing. And then when I said it was decent, he goes, what? He says, decent. He said, that's a big buck.
You know what? That's I can totally picture that because I hunt with a crossbow too. I didn't get to hunt with a crossbow last year, but I try to do it every year, just like you. Change the implements, just like Trev too. We hunt with gun, primarily compound bow, and then we try to. Yes. I don't know about Trev, but I try to use a crossbow, and I could totally picture because I use a Camex and I pull it up, right? And shooting with a crossbow is a little different than like a compound bow because you're looking through a scope. So this way, when you pull the trigger, you don't necessarily see the kill shot all the time, but you're standing still, so to speak. So sometimes, because you don't want to like pull up or pull down trying to look to see if you hit it. So I could totally picture you saying something like that because I felt the same way before, thinking I missed, and then you just see it run off and pile up. You're like, oh, snap.
Yeah. So, but I have to say this: it's how crossbows they do have a, they do shake a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Compared to like shooting an AR or saying. Like when I'm a big varmint hunter. I'm a big predator hunter.
Nice.
And I've watched a lot of my kills through the scope. It's just discipline myself.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of kills, but it seems like when you're shooting a crossbow, it's different.
Yeah, they definitely
it's different because it's just I guess the recoil from it.
Yeah.
And you just don't actually see it through the scope.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. Oh man. So what's been your like an oh shit moment that you've had while hunting? Not necessarily this year, but like you're just out in the elements and then just something caught you off guard, like, oh, snap, like you weren't prepared for it, so to speak.
Ooh, I don't think I have any of them moments yet. I haven't had no moments yet. I'm hoping not to have some moments. I mean, bear hunting, yeah, bear hunting. I have to say, you know what? I'll have to say that in Canada. I was in Canada. I was bear hunting, and then I had a bear come up the tree on me, and Larry come into my feet. And that might be one scary moment right there. You know, I had a big boar too. It was a rut too.
So what'd you end up doing?
I was just trying to stay still as possible, and then I had to start kicking. Kicking it. I was hoping he wasn't going to swipe. That's what I was worried about.
Yeah,
I'll start kicking. I was like, buddy, I don't have to shoot you today. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to waste my tag on you today. I just got here today. It's the first day in, you know? And I'm like, this is crazy. But I mean, I can say, I mean, that might have been one of the scary, and that was one of the scariest moments. But I think I've had all my scary moments with bears, I think.
That is crazy.
Recovering bears, and they start surrounding you and stuff.
Yeah.
It seems that like a lot of people have those moments when they're out bear hunting for some reason. Like just something weird. Like who was it? Larry McCoy almost had the one come into the blind. I think it was.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that story.
They had made like a makeshift ground blind, and he almost had it come right into the makeshift ground blind. So like,
yeah, I could only imagine that, man. You know, I never been bear hunting, but I can only imagine, especially having an animal that not only can take your life, but at the same time is able to climb a tree that you're in. You know what I mean?
That's the thing, man. It's that's very intense, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. And you hit this thing, you think, okay, he's just come up the ladder and he's just gonna get down. Nah, you know what happened was this the guy that I was with, you know, he had bait on his gloves, I guess. And so when he put the ladder up, you already know what happened. The bears were smelling the bait on the ladder. Yeah, that was the problem. So they're thinking it's leading them to food. Yeah, and I'm the food sitting in the chair. So I'm like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Man,
they're like, Trent Cole's coming. We're gonna bait this stand.
That's crazy, man. You know what? That's another solid tip right there, man. Is especially if you're laying down bait for bears, make sure you wear gloves and ditch the gloves before you start climbing the tree.
Nah, you just don't touch you don't ditch the gloves before you touch the ladder.
yeah, exactly. Oh man. So Trent, it's Christmas month. So what we like to do here for the podcast, for our listeners, to give back, because we're very blessed enough to have not only just the supporters and the following, but having folks like yourself come on, take the time out of your day and busy schedule to really lay down some knowledge and come on the show and bless us with your presence. So that being said, we've been doing giveaways all month, and we have another giveaway. Do you run insert-outsert systems on your arrows at all, or no?
Insert-outsert? No, I don't. I think I don't. I think I might. Actually, I might. I think I might.
Okay, because we're sponsored by Ethics Archery, which is an insert-outsert system. They have spinning inserts and what have you, and they want to give back to the listeners and supporters. So what they provided are 3 separate one-time use promo codes worth $50 each on their website. So we made a post to, tag some buddies, share it, the normal shebang. And we have 3 winners if you pick the numbers, because we had 149 submissions. Not everyone shared or followed the rules exactly, so I'm sorry if they, rules are rules. So if you didn't make it, you didn't make it. So what I'm going to ask you is to pick 3 numbers, 1 through 60, and that'll name off the submissions. And it'd be cool for a Christmas Eve show, because in real time this will be published on Christmas Eve at 12 p.m. Eastern. And what better way to announce the giveaways than Trent Cole being Santa Claus giving away the gifts?
I'll be honored to do that.
All right. So 3 numbers, 1 through 60.
Yeah. So the numbers I'm going to pick? I'm gonna pick 22.
Okay, hold on. Well, let's go one at a time. 22.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I'm gonna pick number 22. I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go with 40.
40.
We'll go 40, and then I'm gonna go with 58.
Oh, I wonder why. I wonder
go
why.
with my jersey number. Come on.
Gotta pick that number.
I was waiting for it. I'm like, when's he gonna pick his jersey number? I'm like, it's coming. I know it is.
All right.
I'm just leading to the suspense. That's all.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so number 22, the winner is off of Facebook, Tyler Frazier out of Ohio. Look at that. You got a little Ohio native.
Ohio. We got a Ohio boy.
There you go. And then number 40, that is off of Instagram, E_Bow_LI. That's Elijah Fortner. Congratulations.
Congrats, Elijah.
And number 58, another Facebook winner, Kevin Sikorsky. So we have 3 winners, Tyler Frazier, Elijah Fortner, and Kevin Sikorsky. Congratulations. Trent Cole just blessed you guys with a $50 promo code off of ethicsarchery.com. What better way to start Christmas Day with $50 gift certificate, man? Shit.
That's pretty nice.
That is pretty nice, man.
Stuff. That's really good.
Hey, I submitted too. Why wasn't my name on the list, Trev?
Well, sorry.
Oh, man. All right, so back to business, man. Back to business. How many deer you have down this year so far?
As far as I've taken quite a few does, but as far as bucks, 4 bucks this year, man. 4
nice.
Good bucks this year.
Hell yeah!
So I'm pretty proud about that, and still got a few. I got a few tags to fill here, and hopefully finish out Jersey, Maryland, and Texas, and maybe Delaware, maybe, but. Yeah, I got some tags to fill, and we're still at it.
Hell yeah. And so you have 4 bucks. So you got the Illinois, the Ohio, and what, 2 East Coast ones?
Yeah, I got Illinois, Ohio. I mean, I got Kentucky.
Oh,
Kentucky. I went
that's
from
what
Jersey,
Yep,
Kentucky.
Yep.
I went to Ohio and Illinois.
Nice. So you mentioned Maryland, man. Maryland, are you going to give it a stab for Sika deer?
Man, it's just I'm a very big whitetail fanatic, man. And it's just like
hooked on whitetails.
It's like almost like predator hunting. Like you get out and predator hunt. Depends on how big are you into predator hunting. And there's a lot of people that like to whitetail, and there's a lot of people like to get out here and there to predator hunt. But that's how it is. It's like if it's it's got to be the right situation and how I'm feeling. Like, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. But I am so big into whitetail, man. I'm a whitetail fanatic. I just think that they're still the solid. This is the hardest big game animal to pursue, and because it's just they can survive in any environment. I mean, it's just they are the king of the kingdom,
Yeah. No, I hear you. So, I mean, have you ever hunted Maryland before or no?
Oh yeah, yes.
So
every year.
So are you kind of going deep into the marshes, or you kind of right in the skirts of them, going into maybe pine thickets, or what's your strategy there?
Depends on where I'm hunting at. More I'm an edge hunter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm an edge hunter. I'm a big believer that the deer stay in the woods.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's where they're gonna be at. And once you enter that woods, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of different there's a lot of things that can go wrong when you enter a woods. You know what I'm saying? Them deer could be close. Depends on the season too. Depends on during the season too. They could be close to the food source, very close, bedding right on it. Depends on. You got to know your property. You got to know your farm. You got to know where your thickets are. You got to know where your deer are bedded. And if you got a farm that don't have thickets and stuff, you can create it if you're able to go in there and do some cutting, and drop some trees and let some light in there and let it tangle up and let it grow up in there. and you can create that, and then put a food plot on the edge of it, and have them deer get up right out of bed and walk right up to the food plot.
Nice.
But it's like I said, there's a lot of different variables that can happen when you enter that woods, and we don't like to touch. I don't like to enter the woods. I stay on the edge or especially in the early season. I do not go in.
Nice.
And the only time I really would push the issue of going in, when you start getting aggressive, it's the rut. Get in there in the rut. Get right in the middle of it if you want to.
Nice. All right. So you mentioned you might be hunting Texas too, man.
Yeah, Texas. I'd say that's hunting Texas, man. Has been. You want to talk about a fun hunt, man? Anybody get to hunt Texas, man? It's just like anything that comes by. I mean, you can kill hogs, the coyotes, to the deer. I mean, you can kill really good bucks down there. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that you can hunt down there, and it's always been a great time down there. Every time I go down there to hunt, I mean, I've always had I hunt the River Bluff lot. I mean, hit the River Bluff and right there on the Red River, and up in North Texas. And man, what's so crazy about hunting them in Texas? I have to say this, there's times where it's been colder down there than it's been up where we're at.
Really?
I've been through some cold spells down there. I've been to where I come down there and it'd be 65, 70 degree weather. You can come in some shorts. Some guys come in some shorts. 3 days later, it'll be 20 degrees or 15 degrees.
Damn.
Yeah, 3 days later. I mean, we've had that 3 days later where we literally had to get up and leave because it was so cold. We weren't prepared for that drop in temperature.
That's crazy, man. You would never think that out of Texas, too.
Yeah, and then that was our first time going down there. We weren't ready for that. It was just like, we think it's going to be warm and you'll get some cold nights, but we was prepared for it. But no, not coming down there and it's just that's what happens in this late season. It's just the temperature could be 65, 70, else it could drop out very, very quick and drop drastically. So
sweet, man. That's sweet.
Yep.
So what trade shows are you going to be hitting this coming 2020?
ATA show and SHOT Show for now, and there's a couple other ones we might be looking forward to as well. And because we've added something, added a sector to BlitzTV. Everybody knows of us just outdoor hunting and pursuing big game of North America and other places as well outside North America. But now we're at BlitzTV Fishing.
Oh, sweet!
Yeah. So I haven't really announced it yet, but I'm gonna announce it here now. Just kind of put it out there. But we have at BlitzTV Fishing. We have some anglers around, local anglers that they've won quite a few tournaments, BFLs to and now you'll see us fishing the FLW series coming up here. You'll see three of us. You'll see three of us. You'll see three of us fishing the series, and if you ever, give us a honk if you see the boat, see our trucks and boats, because we'll have 3 trucks and 3 boats wrapped to a T and look like a rolling billboard down there. So you'll definitely see one of the BlitzTV crews running down the road up and down the East Coast and fishing tournaments as well. So we're pretty excited about that.
Hell yeah, that's big news, man. Congratulations,
Congrats, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey,
if you ever need a saltwater guy, you know the guy to call. All right.
you talking to him right now, Trev over here. That's what he does for a living.
Once we get to that, we'll get to the saltwater. Once we're taking the thing slow, and we're pretty excited about ourselves, and we're just more into the bass right now, but. Yes. There is a time where that's going to come, and it's going to come, and
striped bass.
You guys got some striped bass up there. I have to say that, man. You got you always have them up there. We always get the news of what's going on up that way. It seems like you guys always get them, and you guys got all the waterfowl too right now.
Yep. Oh yeah. I was just out yesterday. We did a bunch of sea duck hunting. And that's the nice thing up here, man. Oh,
I love sea ducking.
Yeah, we did a 3-man limit of eiders, scoters, all 3 different subspecies of the scoters. And we were hoping to get an old squaw, but we didn't get none. So we almost got the
big
slam.
thing of mine, old squaw. Yep.
So,
hell yeah, man.
That's pretty sought after. That's where I'm sought after. That's what I want. I want to mount one. I want to mount old squaw.
You haven't gotten one yet?
Nope, but I want to get one.
Oh, I'll tell you what. It's one of my favorite, and we get a lot of oyster beds up here, so we absolutely are loaded with them up here. It is absolutely insane. Like, you can hunt every day and limit out by like 8 o'clock in the morning on old squaw. There's so many up here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane.
So we get them here and there down here. You know what I'm saying? Down South Jersey area, central to South Jersey area.
You guys get a lot of scoters, though, don't you?
Scoters, yeah. But we'll get a little squaw here and there, you know.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Nice, man. Nice. Damn, so Blitz TV's evolving, and that's really cool to hear, too, man. We always like to see good change, like you were saying, staying positive and offering something new, because there's so much to offer from the East Coast, so that's pretty dope, man. I'm excited to see that. That's going to be good.
Yeah. Yep, so it's going to be, you'll see us up there, and the Cayuga and all that stuff, and with the BlitzTV Fishing thing, but like I said, we're pretty excited about the things that we're going on here. It's just, we're going to reach that. We're going to reach out to the anglers too, because anglers hunt too, and that's one thing that I don't see in the industry. A show a company that's doing fishing and hunting. A TV show.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But like I said, our show will be more hunting. It's still going to be hunting. That's what we do.
Right.
98% of it, hunting, but you will see some early on in a lot of the early part of the show, you'll see some fishing there, here and there, and stuff. And like I said, it's with our social media pages and stuff. You'll see all that, and you can keep updated what's going on. But we love the hunt, and that's what we do. And we're glad to be hooking up with some guys like you guys that represent the East Coast as well. When it comes to archery, bow hunting, and just outdoors in general.
Hell yeah, man. Well, we're fully East Coast, so it's nice to hear too, and we appreciate the kind words, man. I had a quick question, because you noticed.
Yes, yeah.
I noticed that you said you used that you don't necessarily use a lot of calls late season, but you do use a call. If you don't mind me asking, what is it okay to say which calls you use or what call you're using for instance?
Yeah, I just use a regular grunt call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you don't have no sponsor for that, right?
No.
All right, cool.
No, not at all.
Well, we're about to put you onto something that might catch your eye, man, because we have Nor'easter Game Calls as a sponsor, and it's like a 3-person operation, primarily pushed by one guy, Mark Buzzle, out of Maine. So he's fully East Coast too, man, and he hunts, fishes. He's just like us, man. But his calls that he puts out, man, are one of a kind. And I know, a lot of people say that all the time because they got to push their product. But, I mean, we have people reaching out like Hit Squad Outdoors, Tim Sylvia, the Maniac.
I know Tim.
Yeah.
I just talked to Tim recently.
Nice. Timmy's going to be at ATA too. And, he picked one up. And, of course, the Modern Assassin has got one. Tattooed in the Wilds got him.
Yep.
The boys out of Ohio got him. You know what I mean? So it's like... Yeah. It's one of those one-of-a-kind, and they're very unique because they're custom. So, I mean, if you're interested, we know a guy.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, from Doe Bleak to Swamp.
The closest thing to how it is is trying to get the advantage, you know what I'm saying? And the closest thing to success.
Yeah, exactly. This way you just take one call, and it's got them all. It's got from Doe Bleak to Swamp Buck, all in one call.
Okay.
But,
I have to look. We'll have to check that out, man. I have to connect with you.
Yeah,
man. Check it out.
It's a shameless plug. I had to do it, man, because I noticed you said you use the call, but you didn't necessarily kind of, it's one of those things. What it is, it's like...
I use calls and stuff, but, I'm not sponsored by no call companies. So,
right.
Like I said, I'll pick up a grunt, a couple grunt twos I have, and make the best of it.
Right. Nothing wrong with that either, man. Whatever works.
You could have the most custom one you ever seen. I mean, these things got cactus in them. They just came out with the new exotic series. It's got pine cones, wasp nest,
frag grass, everything.
Oh, wow.
Moss. Oh, yeah. It's like custom to the custom. I mean, it's jewelry on your neck, but it also kills big bucks. So
And we have proof on it on our page. So.
Yeah. You know? It's cool.
They work.
It's just different, you know. It's just something. It's something new, you know.
See, when we meet, you're gonna see, you know, I have gold earrings, a gold chain around my neck. Like, you're gonna, who the hell is this? Is D-Rock? Oh my God! Like, you know.
Hey, I ain't gonna be looking at you like that. I'm gonna look at you like, what you killing? What you hunting at? What you hunting?
Yeah. Well, that's what this game call is. It's the jewelry for the hunter. You know, you go into the woods, big pimping around your neck. It stands out. You know what I mean?
Oh man, Cool J of hunting.
Yeah, straight
big
up.
old chain around your neck.
Yeah.
It's more like Mr. T, but.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Oh man,
this is good. So cool, man. So you made it to Ninja Tip of the Day, Trent. So Trent Cole, what do you got for our listeners? Any really good outdoor advice or life hack in general, man? What do you got?
I'll give you one for the outdoors. I'll tell you this. You know, the outdoors is, you gotta be very, very patient and about everything you do, and try to get a discipline on how you do things, and that takes practice, and practice will get you. You know how they say practice makes perfect. That is the truth. You know, you have to practice, and you know, and if you preach it, you should be practicing it. You know, and that's what I have to say as far as when it comes to outdoors. You know, patience, very patience, and discipline, and make sure that you're practicing as well. Life in general, I have to say this. You know, treat people how you want to be treated. You know. You know, treat people how you want to be treated, and take care of business, or business gonna take care of you.
Amen.
Just remember that.
Well put. Well put, man. Well put. And I mean, shit, that's pretty much the approach that we like to take here at the East Coast Bowhunting Podcast. Is, you know, we do say what maybe some newcomers or someone that might be judgmental. We kind of sound corny at times because we always preach for the greater good, and we do preach unity, because I mean, if we don't start laying down that foundation, like you were talking about earlier, being that representative, a good role model, especially for the kids, being our future, is like. The kids right now are looking up to people like us, you know? Like,
yes.
I mean, Trev and I are a bunch of nobodies trying to be somebodies, but at the same
time. But you can be an impact, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Everybody can be impact. Don't matter what status you have, you're an impact every day to any kid you pass by, or any kid, because as soon as somebody set their eyes on you, remember they're watching you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. In our example, you know, they may be listening, you know, because we're rated explicit. And I've had some parents reach out, because we do say it's rated explicit on purpose, because, you know, we cuss sometimes and we talk about some shit maybe we shouldn't be talking about. Yeah. But at the same time, it's real. And in deer camp, I feel like, whether it be boy or girl, I feel like that's when they get exposed to more reality of life.
Yeah.
Not just necessarily
taking the political correctness out of it, you know what I'm saying? To where you're like, hey, this is really what it is. This is, you know what I'm saying? Be who you are, be yourself, you know, and but same time, you know, just, you know, have respect for each other, you know, at the same time. But at the end of the day, you got to be yourself, you know what I'm saying? You want people to know the truth instead of sugarcoating it, because sugarcoating it, all it does is it could lead to bad things.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, you're a good spokesperson for us, Trent. You're going to have to do a couple commercials for us.
I do stuff here and there.
Everything's got a price, though, right? Now. Oh, man, that's funny. Oh, shit. Yeah. So, I mean, on the same retrospect, I mean, there's always so much positive in the world that there's, like you said earlier, not to quote you, where there's good, there's bad. So, I mean, that being said,
you just gotta, you know what I'm saying? I have to say this. If you want to, you know, I tell people, you know, a lot of people I talk to, when I talk to kids and stuff, you know, when people ask, I was like, hey, you know, to kind of defend yourself against the bad things out there, man, you got to use common sense. You know what I'm saying? That is the best thing you got. The last thing you resort to is the common sense. And
like I said, I've always been taught. You know what I'm saying? If it's, you know, what I'm saying, if it, you know, if it's a frog and it looks like a frog, you know what I'm saying, and it hops like a frog and it croaks like a frog, it's a dang frog. Okay. There's no, and if everybody's looking at the same thing, oh, it is what it is, you know, and you better honor it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't honor it, there's a very big chance that, you know what I'm saying, it's going to bite you. It's going to get you, man.
So that leads me to this, Trent. So Trent, that being said, what rattles your antlers, man? What gets under your skin? Because you're a very positive dude. I'm just curious. We're both curious.
This what gets under my skin. I'm gonna tell you what gets under my skin, man. One thing is I hate thieves. Okay.
Yep.
The one thing that gets under is someone when a thief is what gets under my skin. That's most things that gets under my skin. And I'll tell you this too. I hate when my girls leave the lights on in the house.
That's some real
they have
talk.
lights on during daylight. It's daylight outside, and the lights are on in the house. It's like turn the light, or I'm going around and turn the lights off. It's funny. Like I go around and turn the lights off. I don't like that. I grew up. That's how I was brought up. Like, why you got the lights on in this daylight? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't like that.
Open them blinds up.
Yeah, open the windows. There's enough light in here. Why we need lights on in here? Like,
you know,
that's what
I could relate there, man, because my 8-year-old boy, he you know, it's a day that I think it was a Saturday, I believe, or something like that, but we were sleeping in that morning nonetheless. And he wakes me up early, man. You know, us as hunters, like, we're always getting up early as it is. It's like, so when we get to sleep in, that's a blessing, right? And sleeping in for us, I mean, for us in the household, it's like probably like 8 o'clock. That's sleeping in. This boy's waking me up at 6:30. Dad, the light switch in the bathroom don't work. I'm like, go open the blinds. You know, it's like, how you gonna wake me up for that? Oh man.
Oh, you teach you to use common sense. It's like, open the blinds. Yeah. So I like I said, I come in the house, man, and I'm talking about it could be 12 when I come from a lunch break or something from the farm or something. I come in, I walk in the house, y'all. The bathroom light be on, the kitchen lights be on, bedroom light be on, fan be still running, ceiling fan still running. I'm like, what the heck? The other bathroom lights on. I'm going, you know, I don't even say nothing no more. I don't say nothing no more. I just walk through, and as I move through the house, I just turn lights off. It's just you can't. It's just they just don't stop. You know?
Oh man, that's good. That's good, man. So
that's like your mom saying, "Oh, what do we live in a barn? Because you don't close the front door."
But you got to understand, that's just from my upbringing, man. You know, like we didn't have that much money to be paying light bills and all that stuff. So
hey, we were late, man.
We opened up the blinds and let the light in.
That's it. Saying? Right, running low on oil for heating the house, you know, turn the stove on, open the door, you know.
That's how it was.
Yeah.
That's life, man.
Yeah. What do you mean that's how it was, Trent? That's what we do day to day today. You know?
Some of the kids just don't get it like that. You know, it's not that simplicity of life anymore. You know, it's totally different.
Yeah. Yep. So, like I said, it's just pretty funny though. Yeah, you have to go. That's just one thing. Like I said, that just gets under my skin, guys. Just lights on the house and thief.
Yeah. You know no one have no time for no thieves, man.
No.
Yeah. Work too hard for
you work too hard for stuff, and for a person that just I mean, a thief is a lazy person that wants a handout that don't want to go work. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
That's a thief to me. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good way to get thrown in the pig pen.
Yep. That's a thief to me. You know what I mean? They want to take something that they can't, that they don't want to work for. That's a thief to me.
For sure.
I feel that, you know, I guess this is what it's just explicit. This is what is this? This is rated explicit.
Yeah.
Yep.
This podcast. Oh yeah, I think they should have their fingers cut off.
You know, I second that motion. You know. I bet you they won't steal anything anymore after that.
Yeah.
You know. Oh man, that's too good, man. That's too good. Yep. So I mean, this is a question that we regularly ask, especially people like yourself that are super busy and don't necessarily have all the time in the world because you involve yourself. You're very involved in many ways, not just outdoors, but with your family, and then extra things like evolving your show. So why'd you decide to come on East Coast Bowhunting Podcast?
It's like I said, it's a way to, you guys, guys like you guys, I appreciate everything. Everything y'all represent and stuff, and just especially having me come on here. It's a good way to, to just show the world that who I am and what I represent. And I want to make sure that they understand that I represent the good. I'm for the good. I ain't one-sided. Definitely not one-sided person. I'm for what's right and wrong, and don't like politically correct stuff. I'm not a fan of that. Because they don't get nothing solved. And I want people to know. I want people to know me and BlitzTV and what we represent. We represent the outdoor industry. We represent great people and great sponsors and good sponsors that's backed us up and believe in us, and we're very appreciative of that. And we want people to relate to us. We want people to be able to, we're everyday people. We go to work just like everybody else. Even though I've retired from football, well, I don't think I'll ever stop working. The day I die, I'll keep working. And this is who I am, and this is who we are. We represent the outdoors, represent BlitzTV, and that's what it is.
That's awesome, man. So, round of positivity, Trev, what do you have, man?
Round of positivity. It's been a blessing to spend this last hour on the phone with Trent Cole, of all people. Somebody who's set all kinds of records, and somebody that I watched throughout my entire life play ball. So it was amazing to sit here and talk and just really get to know who the real Trent Cole is and what he stands for, and I can't wait to see what this whole fishing thing becomes.
Yeah, man.
I'm really excited, man. So. And thanks for taking your time out of your day, man, to spend it with some hooligans here in Connecticut.
That's all good. I appreciate you guys having me on and everything, and I wish the best for you guys in your hunting career. And like I said, happy holidays to all you guys, and your families and stuff, and happy holidays to all the people out there that's listening to this podcast. And like I said, you're going to tell them, I'm going to tell them. Make sure you tune in. It's a great group of guys, and I appreciate you guys having me on.
Amen, man. What better way to end it there? So Merry Christmas and stay stepping.
And stay slaying.
I've never had Tickamani eyes, and I'll never kill a Boone and Crockett. I try to let a few does walk. But that freezer runs low, I gotta stock it. These scrub bugs got no mask, darn sure no drop times. But this chili has deer burger in it tonight.
Dude, where did this podcast go? Straight to hell. Yeah, speaking of hell, check out East Coast Bowhunting Podcast.
We keep it real on East Coast.
First of all, I'm addicted to the show.
I like that. That's cool.
Whole hunt, you live it, you breathe it.
It's a whole different world.
Just East Coast has a little bit more of an edge and a grind.
It's a fantastic thing.
You guys are fucking awesome.
Well, number one is you guys like deer. I want to feel like I'm hanging with the boys.
You're the guys that showed up.
But I actually saw Jesus.
The point where it is now where it's insane.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
I just want to get the realest people possible in the industry.
You're just going to piss people off. You're not doing it right.
Nothing forced. It's all fucking natural.